Hi everybody. Anybody's there yet? Oh, hi everyone. Not late, am I? Oh, hi everyone. I'm sorry, what's happened here? Yeah, I'm here. No, I'm here, Squidgy. What did I do? I prepared to go live. Set it for 6:30. Did it just come on live? Oh. I'm sorry, have you all been waiting? Oh. Hi, Red Pill, Casinta Greenie, Derbler, AC Hill, Emma, Rosemary, hello, Kaylee, Linda, Greenie, I said Greenie, didn't I? Where am I? Jean, Linda. Oh, Squidgy. I'll give you my number, Squidgy. Nova's got it. Is Nova here? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm useless. I am useless at times, honestly. I am sorry. I am okay. And I've just been messing about in my bathroom because what I'd done, I got some ceramic coasters and I'd washed them and I thought I'll just put them to dry on that towel inside the shower on the little seat. So I went in there, went to pick the towel up and all the coasters flew off onto the shower floor. Oh, I'm sorry, Karen. You got to go to bed now. I'm sorry. I've had one of those days when nothing's gone right and I've got to stop putting things on chairs and everything where I go and sit on them then. Yeah, you had my dog to look at, didn't you? I'm sorry, I do apologise. Yeah, I'm fine. Yesterday was a good day, so today is sort of not quite as good. Yeah, got hair all over the place. So anyway, I went to the hospital yesterday and that was good. It was really appointment. My son came with me and called me in straight away. And hi, Debs, and called me in straight away and sat down. And he said, "Oh, you don't look too good." He said, "When you walk, when you're walking." I said, "That was my good walk. That was my catwalk walk." I am sorry, Squidge. So anyway, sat down, we were talking and he was asking why all this had happened with my back. Making a cup of tea, that's usually me, Karen. So I said, "No," I said, that was my good walk, what you just saw." I said, "If you want to see who I am, watch me when I walk back to the car." Potting a cup of tea. Anyway, he was asking about why I got all these broken vertebrae and the pelvic area, and I told him it's osteoporosis, and once one went, the rest just sort of went bump, 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 like dominoes. And So he was talking about, he asked me to stand up and press, he said, stand up as straight, properly straight. So I did. And I was shaking. He said, are you shaking? He said, I said, yeah, I'm shaking. My legs are going to go in a minute. So he touched my back there and he touched my tailbone there and he pressed really hard. And then he came round to my abdomen and pressed hard. And he said, does it feel better when I do that? And I said, I don't know. I was just intent on standing upright. Karen and Squidgy. So anyway, he sat back down and he got this book out and he said about the braces, the back braces. Have you ever had one? And I said, no, I haven't. I started to look at what they might be and what they might do, but I thought I'd wait and come in and see you and see what you had to say. So he said, well, I think it'll help you. And then he went into, we've got them from the UK, we've got them from France, we've got them from, I said, I want a French one. We've got thunderstorms, Squidgy. Yeah, I bet we have them later as well. Looks like it. So I said, I'll have a French one. And what it does, it goes from, have you ever seen the swimming costumes of the professional swimmers? And it goes from here and it comes up my back like that to there and just goes around my neck. And it sounds horrific, but it doesn't look bad. And he said the material, don't know what it is, he did say, it said it's really silky light, very, very light. So I'm happy to have one, you know. And you've got to laugh, haven't you, God? I have to laugh because I do so many things wrong all the time just recently. And at one time, you know, things would worry me to death, all the stuff I do. And the other day, it was knocking a cup of tea all over my computer. Yeah, it makes sense to try it. And he said, you haven't got to wear it all the time or even every day, but just, you know, if you're going out, if you're going to be quite active. I don't know what he means by that. But if it helps, you know, I'm prepared to wear it. A sexy red one. I don't know whether they do them in red, but he ordered it yesterday. And he said when it comes, obviously, it'll have to be adapted to your height and, you know, your size and everything. So we'll have to, you know, accommodate you for your body. It's going to be custom made just for you. So a sexy red one. Yeah, but I want to show it off then. I won't want to wear anything else. Can you imagine? It would break YouTube if I did that, wouldn't it? A sexy brace and me and a pair of red lace knickers. No, Squidgy, that's what he said. He said, just wear it when you want to, basically. He said, if you know, if you're going out and you're going to be doing quite a bit of walking or going to be active, then it makes sense to wear it. He said, just wear it when, you know, as and when you want to, if it makes you feel, give you that bit more confidence. It's going to give you, he said, if you think like, and my son put it a good way, he said, it's like, because I said, I think I've said it on here, my waist, where's my waist gone? Unless I stand up, my waist used to be a 24-inch, and now I don't know where it is, because as the vertebrae have gone, so my body has gone. If I stand up straight, I don't feel so bad, but it's the fact that I can't stand up straight all of the time. I mean, here now, if I stand up straight like that, I'm not so bad, but I can't do it all the time because of these bones. And my son put it right. He said it's like having a sandwich and you put too much filling in and it just squashes and it all comes out at the middle. Very elegant. So, yeah, so support. Hello, Janine. Hi, AC. Your wait's left home too. It's there somewhere still. If I stand up straight, it's there. And I'm not bothered. The only reason I'm bothered is because I don't want to buy all new clothes, and I've got clothes, as I said, that I bought from way before when Alf died, and I don't want to be going out buying new clothes, although I bought a few. This is another one. First time on my back today. I must have had this about 4 years, and I've never worn it till today. And it's silly, all these dresses. Some have got to be given away because I'm never going to get back into them, And I don't mind that. I don't mind giving them. I've got a friend, and she's lovely, and she's a lot younger than me, though, aren't you, G? You know you are. A lot younger than me, and so she's got this beautifully slim figure, and so she can get into the really small ones. Hi, Cece. So we went to Alfie's grave on Monday, and I took some Dettol wipes and kitchen roll and cleaned all round the stone, which it wasn't too bad because somebody goes every week, at least once a week, the kids. So I haven't been up for a few weeks. So I took my robins on the stones, 2 robins and a card I'd written for Alf, and the lily you saw me buy, and my son was with me and he bought flowers and stuff. So it was nice. Didn't it look nice, Squidger? I like having a place to go to, and I've said I fretted over burial or cremation. This is something I need to talk about as well on videos rather than all the nonsense, and talk about stuff that might actually help people. Hello, Wilma. Oh, thank you. Hi, Sufferfish. Oh, thank you. Sometimes I do them quite quickly, and I think you deserve more than that. So I'm going to be a little bit more mindful, I think, now. I've been suffering a lot from depression, I have to tell you, and I don't like using that word because it's overused. Everybody and their partner is depressed. Oh, that's all right, Karen. I've done stuff like that. Yeah. And my Visa card, my son's got it because he does all my shopping for me. The other one, I don't want to break into because that's a savings account, and I won't go into that. And so I can be left here with a tenner in my purse, So if I want to go out, I'm going to be stumped for buying anything, which is okay. Always got Amazon. But yeah, the video going back to why I started the channel was to journal what was going on with us and with Alf and his illness. And then because it hurt so much, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, and I was in no frame of mind to do it. So, hi, Santiago. Hello from Puerto Rico. I knew somebody from Puerto Rico when I was in Saudi. He was an army major. I can't remember his name. But we're all drinking buddies. So I wanted to do the journey with Alf, but I didn't, and I will at some stage. Talking about burial or cremation, it wasn't really something I had to consider a lot because I knew what Alf would have wanted, and it would have been burial, not cremation. I know that without a doubt. So that's what it was, burial. Hi, Jamie. And so it had to be a burial, and it had to be so that I can go there with him, because he's not getting away from me that easily. I told him. So, and it's a comfort. I sometimes I wonder, have I done the right thing, when it's cold and it's raining. But when it's sunny and it's beautiful and we can take flowers, it's nice. And I just consider it to be, I know Alf's not there, but I just consider it to be his garden, and to keep it nice for him. Jamie, ravioli. Everybody talking about food. What have you all had to eat? That last video I put out, and I read what a friend had sent to me, saying about food. He was really having a job of getting all that food in a gullet and swallowing. And she didn't want to do it, did she? Oh, Squidgy, thank you, my darling. A reason for what? Squidge. Thank you, my sweetheart, for super chat. Thank you, Cece. Hello, Stella. Yeah, next time I go up, and when I go on my own, I shall spend more time there and just sit there. Probably even take a book, because it is nice. There's a reason for the super chats. I wonder what. Have I said something? Have I said something right? Thank you, Screech. Karen, it's hard, and I'm not pretending it's not. And some days are harder than others. And the other week I thought I was coming out of a lot of it and on here, and it was helping me. And then I sort of, I don't know, it seems, yeah, women need to support women. Within reason, except when they're fraudsters and, like certain people who really, they're giving, they're bad role models for youngsters coming up and do it. They think, well, if I get onto that and I start eating like this and I start doing that and behaving badly, I can make a fortune in 2 years and retire. No. Hello, Bex. Yes, he is, Salah. He is a feeder, Linda. But I wonder if he always was. I wonder if that was always in him, because it seems to have come to him quite easily, doesn't it? But you could see her, and she went, and then she said, that was hot. It was nothing to do with it being hot. It was because she was having difficulty getting it down. It's horrible. I've got to say that I feel a bit concerned for her. I know she's horrible, but I do. Squidgy, is that the reason? I think FFG gets a lot, doesn't she? But, that's up to us, obviously, if they want to do it. Missy Moo, that woman, the things she said about me and the things she said about Alf and the exposing she did to my family with pictures that she only sent to Chantal, not thinking what Chantal would do with them. She's just a liar. She's a dangerous liar. And she's another one. She would, if the farmers decided to have another lol cow, she would be in the running, except for the fact that she's boring. Oh, Santiago, thank you. Chicken Pickle's got the video out as well. She is Jennifer. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with most of what you say, actually. Yeah, I know that. I remember Squidgy when she come on here, and it was her, because I could tell it was her by the verbiage and the things she said. I'm glad Alfie smacked you in the face. That was her. Well, why would he leave all these messages for Missy Moo? And why would somebody send Missy Moo pictures of my family for Missy Moo to send to Chantal? Why didn't they send them directly to Chantal? She's a liar. She goes round finding out information about people from anywhere she can. And she's the one who, with Rudy Booty's blessing, went and doxed Perfectly Imperfect and contacted her place of work. She wants to make a name for herself on YouTube now. You like a new apartment, Linda? It's better than the old one, isn't it? Yeah, Missy Moo's place is a... That's true, Jamie Ravioli, as well. And you need to have a thick skin, because there's been times when I've thought it's not worth it to me. When why am I doing it? And then I'm thinking, no, I'm not going to be chased off. If I choose to leave YouTube, it will be because I choose to leave, and I don't want to. I've got good people on here. Yeah, it's better than the shoebox they had, but the air, I looked it up, the air quality in Kuwait, it's the fifth or the sixth worst country. Came in the top 10 countries, and it came just behind Iran, I think, for the air quality. Are you, Bex? Why do you think it might not be theirs? I know Mr. Moo was apparently trying to ingratiate himself with Salah. Why? What possible? What could they have in common? That much older man and Salah. What can they have in common? She'll get some lovely curtains up. I bet it's blinds, probably, Squidgy. Well, yes. How can she get out of debt? See, it doesn't bother her being in debt, does it? She's probably skipped the last month or two on that villa, and she doesn't mind leaving people without being paid. And as for the tax, we don't know what's been sorted out with that. No, Bex, I don't know. Tell me, what do you think? I know that he was talking to him when, because Missy Moo was saying, should we come to Kuwait? Me and Mr. Moo, we could come to Kuwait. I don't know why, but Missy Moo's parents are pastors, would you believe? Religious people. I don't think they'd be very keen with what their daughter's been doing. Oh, yes, that's smoking as well, that shisha with her asthma. That's right, Missy Moo's husband was saying he would sponsor Salah, or Missy Moo's channel then would grow, wouldn't it? I agree with Casinta there, Karen. Stick with the places you're comfortable with and where you know you're not going to get any hassle. Or if you do, if anybody comes on, they'll be kicked out. Yeah, she's increased Salah's standard of living. Yeah, it is. It's a form of blackmail, isn't it? Look what you've got. You had nothing when I met you. Jennifer speaks a lot of sense. I've got something I want to read out to you, and I did say to my friend that if I'm going to do it today, it's going to be late today. It's going to be late tonight, very late when it's dark and everything's calmed down, and because I don't want it to be in between videos about Chantal or that nonsense, because it's a very beautiful poem and it may help people who are grieving or who have been grieving. And if you're not, then it's just a beautiful poem. Families and expats only. Unless they've lied, Casinta. I think Salah lives with his dad. Karen, don't. My mum always used to say to me, and I used to think it was a terrible attitude to have, but she was right. And she used to say, never tell anybody everything. And I used to think that was a really cynical way to look at life. But she was right. And the only person I've told everything to, everything in my life, is Alf. You've got to be really careful. Yeah, I think his end goal is Canada too. Yes, good Jake. See, there's no need for that, Karen. There's no need to bring children. If somebody's got a beef with somebody on YouTube, then keep it to that. Keep it to the people on YouTube. Don't go involving their families. Well, YouTube, like anywhere, it can attract people who they've got more than one screw loose, haven't they? And they've got a captive audience there. They can just come into anybody's live stream or go onto their comment section and say the most terrible things. Yeah, Karen, that's what happened with me as well. But in real life, they wouldn't do it because in real life, they'd be scared to death that somebody would turn around and say something. Hi, Nova. They're not banging at me. They've been putting pictures up all darn week. I mean, that's Jessica Messica thing where she got her bullies onto me. For what reason? Because she thought the word I said was referring to her, and it wasn't. But if the cat fits, then that's on you. It wasn't anything to do with you. No, that's rotten, Karen. So she thought it was to do with her. So she got her group of bullies, and they were all over the place talking about me. And it sounded like Nova I spoke to privately, and people on here who sort of kept me going, really, because it was just vile. Oh, hi, Lydia. Hi, Lana. Oh, I don't know, Jennifer. I haven't watched him. What's going on with him? Thanks, Scooch. I always, I always forget, because I told you what somebody said to me. Ask for people to subscribe, ask for people to like. I just forget. Yeah, sometimes the more attention you give them, the worse it can get. Nana, you've got to remember this. She can't walk. Okay. She could not walk from her apartment to the ocean. I take it they've got an elevator, because if they haven't, that's it. She'll never go out again. Oh, I see. Or maybe he's copying Nada's actions. He sets the kitchen alight as well. I guess he drinks a lot then, does he? Lana, I know, and I've said to you before, eventually, I know it's not much comfort, but I mean, Alf and I struggled, we did struggle, and I didn't go out to work while the children were young. I stayed at home with them, and that was enough. And I loved being at home and cooking and cleaning and shopping and doing every little thing. I loved it. Where does he get the money from to drink like that? Oh, that's wet. Fresh out the fridge. But Lana, she'll never be able to walk across the road. She'll never be able to enjoy the ocean. She can't even take her hijab off. She got to sit there in that big black thing, sweating. And she's not happy. Her life is going to be markedly curtailed with this, what she's doing now with the mukbangs. And Lana, the best thing in the world is your family, your husband and your family. And I would give up what I've got now. I would, just to have those days back again. I would. Thanks, Jennifer. It does, Nova. Yeah, it does. And you see people like Foodie. This is what I'm saying. Why? And Hungry Factory called our Leica, and people of that ilk, Nick Avocado, and youngsters see it and think, I could do that. I could make that money. I can, and Amberlyn, of course, I could do that. And I could get off that train wreck line and get back to my old way of living. Well, Nick Avocado is doing it, isn't he? He's made a lot of money. Even if she doesn't, Lydia, even if she doesn't go to jail or get deported, her life is a misery. She can't go out. She won't go out on her own. Even if she did, why would she walk to the beach and sit there? It's too hot. Like when I was in Saudi, people used to say, "You're not very suntanned." Well, no, because it wasn't the sort of heat that you could go out and enjoy. Sometimes it seems that way, Nova. Yeah, Jennifer. She might be moving every 3 months, but look what she's moving from and to. They're all still all small apartments she's renting. And if the taxman catches on and catches up with her when she goes back, That's true, Casinta. Oh, we will be controlling her money, Lydia. I reckon. It's a bit like me, my kids don't control my money, but my credit cards, my son's got, and he sorts out my bank and everything else with me, mainly because I don't want to. When I was child, I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to be bothered with anything. Just all standing orders, direct debits, it all goes out, and that's it. But my health is not great. I'd hate to live there, Jennifer. I'd hate it. That's true, Karen. Yeah. Oh, I know, the smugness. But you see, you remember when she said to French Fried Girl, it's all business? Do you remember that? After the fashion show? Well, it is all business and it is all acting. She comes on here. Oh, who said that to me? Thank you. Was saying she's like Eleanor Rigby, and she keeps her face not in a jar by the door, but in a container by her streaming equipment. So as soon as she switches on, or before she'll put that face on, and that's the face she'll keep on until she's ready to switch off. And sometimes you can catch that face where she's smiling, and then when she comes off, it's true, Lydia. Yeah, she's got no control over anything over there. She's been on her best behaviour with him, and he's getting everything that he wants. And he's been on his best behaviour, but wait until he decides he doesn't want to be. It's true, isn't it, Jennifer? Eleanor Rigby. Oh, yeah, that voice, that low BMI, sexy voice, yeah. I think he's got her money. I do. Because she won't be able to go, she won't go to the bank there to get any out if they need cash. He will be going and doing that. And he'll expect her to take him on trust. He doesn't need to provide her with receipts. He's a husband, or, No, she's not Lana. She's not happy. She's an actress. Yeah, I think so, Scooty, as well. It's 4 a.m. there, Karen. Yeah, she's just an actress. We haven't heard anything about Murad and Allah. I mean, he's another one, Allah, isn't he? And I watched him when he first came on, and I thought he's another one who's going to get a lot of subs, and he's spouting all this nonsense about he's going to spill the tea and he's going to do this and he's going to do nothing, and that's precisely how it was. No, we haven't. I'm a bit of a night owl as well, Karen. I've come on and done live streams at 4:30 in the morning. You think she's still stuck on Nada? I know. I do understand what you're saying, Lana. I do. But from experience, these are the best. They're the best days, honestly. Even if you're struggling for money. Even if you're struggling for money. And you're hard. And you can be proud of yourselves as well for working so hard and looking after your children. I've been there, I've done it, and there's nothing better. Yeah, it will. He survived that hanging poop. Oh, can you imagine any man? No, I don't want to imagine it. No, no. Family is true wealth. Yep. Of course, she's going to put on for the camera and show. She wants people to envy her life. She wants people to envy her life, and she wants people to be enthralled about what's going to happen next and this big adventure that she's on with her sexy, hot man, even though it's all haram because it's nonsense. Oh, God, no, Squidgy, how could she walk? That's right. What Karen just said, Lana, is all true. Nada must have a strong stomach. Well, you see, Nada's another sociopath, isn't he? He'll do anything for money, anything. And don't forget, he also put on his what was it, Tinder, where they met. He also put on Tinder male or female couples. He's not too fussy. No, Lana, I don't believe you're jealous, honestly. I believe that you're buying into what she's portraying, which is this 38-year-old in Kuwait whose husband pays for everything. We know that's BS, all of it. She doesn't have to lift a finger, she doesn't have to do anything. All she has to do is sit in front of that camera 2 or 3 times a day with a spread of junk food, throwing it down her neck. That's her job. That's true, Lydia, yes. Yeah. Right, Jennifer. Neither he's a bad man. Did you see that Nova's sending prayers and positive wishes? Cece's right. Those are the times I miss. My goodness, what wouldn't I give to have them back again? And I'll tell you what I wouldn't do. I wouldn't be flattered by any bugger who came and offered me a job like I was offered in Saudi and be flattered. And Alf, he wasn't happy for me to go, but he wanted me to do what, I wanted to spread my wings a little bit. And I knew he didn't want me to go. And my kids didn't want me to go. And I was very selfish and I was very wrong. And I made a lot of money and I gave a lot of money away. But my regret is that I went at all. I'd have been better off staying at home, getting a little, 4-hour a day job if I must work, continued with my studying if I must do something, and stayed at home with my husband and my family and remained not in that elite position where I was getting in thousands a month. Who needs it? Who wants it? I don't. No, she's never going to recover, Bex. Never. Yeah. I think, Linda, I don't know for sure. I wondered that why can't Salah go to Canada on a tourist visa? But I think I might be wrong. He is Syrian, right? So yeah, he has to have a sponsor to live there. But I think if he wants to go, if he wants to, the chances are he will go. He will leave the country. He'll leave Kuwait. Who's to say they're going to let him back in? And then basically, where's he going to go? To Syria and be recruited in the army? I don't know whether he's in trouble with the authorities. I think her auntie was losing a car, Karen. I'm not sure. Or did it go back because she was going to sell it, wasn't she? She'll never have children and grandchildren. Never. And honestly, thank goodness that it stops with her, you know. Yeah, the way they move every 3 months. I wonder whether it's something to do with the cops. That first time they moved, I wondered whether it was because I said that, yeah, I've contacted the authorities. Yeah, what I did, I contacted somebody that I knew in Saudi to ask what the possibility would be if I had reported somebody. That's what I did. But I didn't want her to know that. I wanted her to sweat. And she did. And whether she was sweating enough for her and Salah to make that move, I don't know. Nobody's lovely. I think we're going to have a heat wave here, Nova, this coming weekend. So I want to go out. Rain there. Bex, that happens, it happens. And it's happened here. It's been, some years back now when there was a BBC programme on it. I think it was BBC. And it was like they're allowed to marry four women in their religion. They can only marry once here legally. That's the law of the land. So they can't have four wives. Oh, good, Cece. Weather's changing. Oh, no, no newborn baby for her. No, 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 no. Um, so the ones here who just I watched a program as well. It's on YouTube about a Muslim man, and he'd got three wives. I think it was, and his first wife was standing there beside him, Swedish, and you could see she was very demure and looking down. And he was looking for his fourth wife, his third or his fourth. And the reporter asked her, "What do you think of it?" And she said, I can't say anything. So she doesn't have a say in it. And the journalist said to him, "Well, you can't, under our law, you can't have another wife. So, what are you going to do?" He said, "Well, I'm just looking for my third, a Swedish one this time, hopefully." Oh, no, Van, no. Oh, I'm so sorry. Nova, I'm so sorry, love. Oh, yeah. Linda, there's a video, there's a channel. I'll find it and I'll do a video and I'll post the link to this channel because they won't let me post the video. And it goes into everything about the royal family, everything. So your brother's suffering and over the children. There's just so much grief in the world, isn't there? And it doesn't matter how old somebody is or whether they've been ill or it doesn't matter because once you lose somebody, it's just and that grief is personal to us. Yeah, I do, Squidger. Oh, she never married. Oh, right. Okay. How sad. Now I know why you haven't been feeling too great. Yes, John Butler. I think he's 85 now, Jennifer. What was her illness now, if you don't mind my asking? Oh, that's what happened to my sister-in-law last year, 1st of October, the day after my birthday. She'd had a fall a few weeks she'd had a fall on the Queen's. What was it to do with the Queen? There was some celebration. Anyway, she had a fall on that day, and she was been wearing glasses, so all her face was cut. Went to the hospital. She got 12 stitches in, I think. And then a couple of weeks later, she fell again. Well, I hope her daughter doesn't mind me saying this. And fell again on the landing of a house, and they brought her back, but she passed. And 18 months older than me, and I've known her since I was 15. I loved her from the outset. I was youngest sister. Yeah, it might have been the Jubilee. '45. You think nowadays, when people passed in years gone by, there was a time in the early 20th century when the average mortality, the age at which people died, was only in the mid 30s. So young. And Alfie's dad was 56. when he passed. That was a heart attack. So it's something that sort of is a family thing. And you think 56, and now, looking back, it was no age. It's 39. That's it, Karen. You know, it's a sad place, and it affects you when you're on your own. Particularly, I mean, I'm on here now, and we're all talking, and it's wonderful that we can all talk because we're social animals. And when you're on your own, and you tend to bottle everything up, and bottle it up, and think you're the only person feeling this way, and you're not, because we're all connected. We all are. Your mum was 56, Nova. It's no age, is it, at all? My dad was 59. That was a brain tumour with my dad. Yeah, Jennifer, yeah. And I also think that's true, Karen. Yeah, sometimes you just have to put one foot in front of the other and hope that there'll come a day when you look back and see that your journey ahead is a lot easier than what you've had to come through. Do you know that watch John Campbell, Dr. John Campbell, and his video about mortality rates in the UK, and his video about how they've gone up by 22%. I don't know whether it was for the month of April. Anyway, everybody was in the chat and talking about the whys and the wherefores. 22% is a great increase, you know, sort of April of this year compared to April of 6 years ago. I've got the dates wrong, but you know what I'm saying. And a lot of it, you know, people are putting two together now. And a lot of it, people are thinking it's from the jab. Whether it is, oh, you've got to go, Lana. Lana, come anytime, sweetheart, honestly, and listen, because it's true what we're saying to you. Have a great evening, love. Yeah, mortality has soared since the jab. And greatest gift to you, the book. Yeah, Lydia. Come back, Lydia, Lana, and talk until we get it into you that these really are the best days of your life. Isn't it awful? I sound like, and my mum saying, these are the best days of your life. Well, they weren't. The best days of my life was young, married, without bringing our kids up, poor. Yeah, a lot of people have had to pay out, Karen, because of it. The Astra one. No, nor me. Not having them. I mean, I can say now I didn't have the first one, and I was almost pressured into it because everybody was having it, you know, everybody was, and family and my doctor, they kept phoning me from surgery. They weren't so keen on getting me sorted out and I had a perforated ulcer, were they? Yeah. Well, I didn't say the second name deliberately, Nova, but you know, you've got to be careful. But that's the place where we used to go and demonstrate outside because of the cruelty going on with the animals there. And they actually breed dogs. They breed beagles, but they bred them for this smoking, this test on the smoking, whereby, you know, they were forced to smoke in these nozzles. No, once one cigarette was gone, another one was put in, and I had to smoke that one. How bloody cruel is that? Honestly, they must have absolutely no humanity whatsoever. I didn't have the vaccine, but I did have COVID. But then my younger son had COVID, and his partner had COVID. I don't know. I can't remember who had. My sister had COVID. Her husband had COVID. My sister came through it. She's 86 now, I think. She came through it, and he passed away the next day after diagnosis. Pfizer, the other one, Bex. PFIEZER, I think. But I was sick. You got the 3 Nova. I didn't get any. As I say, I was almost pressured. I had the doctor phoning, which that wasn't a pressure. But my family as well were all telling me, you've got to do it. You've got to do it. You've got to stop with all these, these theories about. But no, I knew in my heart that it hadn't been tested properly, and if I'd had my way, I wouldn't have let the kids have it either. But of course, they're grown, so I was in bed for a month with COVID. Pfizer, yeah. Who was given $1,200? The GPs. You see, listen to John Campbell, and there's another doctor he has on regularly talking about, COVID, let's say COVID, talking about COVID and what was going on and how they developed the vaccines and what has happened since. And he does it regularly, and he has all the charts, the charts of the death rates and the months and everything there, and the official documentation to back up. He's got the proper Home Office figures on what's happened. Karen, yeah, John Campbell's great. He really is. Yeah, that's right, Lydia. You can't force people. But as I say, I got my family pressurising me and saying, well, how can we visit you if you're not going to get the jab, and you're going to be at risk, and you're going to put us at risk, and fair enough, they were scared into feeling that way, as many people were. Hello, Claudia. How are you? Hi, Bella. Oh, you're at the heart doctor. Hello, Stella. Your doctor wants to study you. Yeah, it was horrible, Karen, wasn't it? Because you were made to feel like an outcast. And I'm not blaming the people who said, you've got to have it, because they were frightened. They were really had the willies put up them for what was going on. And all this about the Queen and Prince Philip had the jab when they were in Windsor Castle, and there was a big fuss about making it, publicising it for us peasants, so that we'd knew they'd taken it. I don't believe it for 1 minute. Don't. Have you seen those mobile phone towers? Because the first time I saw one, I don't get out all the time, do I? So and when I do, I'm just that ecstatic at getting out in the fresh air. I'm not looking for phone towers. But I saw the first one yesterday, one of the big, is it G5? They're like something from War of the Worlds, those big things that came round with the aliens in. It's like only a slimmer version. Horrific looking thing. Well, I had to ask my son yesterday. I said, "What's that there?" Great big bloody thing, and he said it's a phone tower. Richard Burton's voice, yes, yeah. Jennifer, do you mean the children with the vaccine? Sorry, we're talking about the same thing. Do you know we don't know the effect either on. Remember that awful, you must have seen it, in the 50s and early 60s when women who were pregnant and they had a lot of morning sickness and they were given the drug thalidomide, and these poor children were born with deformed limbs or missing limbs and all sorts of problems. And of course, they've received compensation for what was done to them through this horrific drug, which hadn't clearly been, it shouldn't have been cleared to give to the mothers in the first place. What effect was it going to have on their children? And I think the same now about this, the jab that everybody's been given. What effect, if pregnant women had the jab, what effect is it going to have on those children? Or even, way into the future, what effect is that jab going to have? Because all the molecules and everything going around in your body, we don't know what they are. Hi, sunshine. Yeah, and the masking of small children. Well, with the mask, Stella, the idea when we go out is to get some fresh air, to go out and breathe in fresh air and expel stale air. You don't want to be having a mask on your face 10 hours a day and breathing in the same stale air that you've just breathed out, I guess. Oh, really, Jennifer? That is interesting. And the polio vaccine, Jennifer, the polio vaccine, for example, that was left on the shelves and said it was a danger to human beings because it caused the death of rats. And yet, when it finally came to be used for polio, it saved countless thousands of lives, but there were thousands of lives lost because it caused the death in rats. There's no animal experimentation that can be relied on for human predictability, if you like. It can't be. when you come to think of it, you know, it's frightening. It's the Great Reset or the Big Reset. Oh, I'm sorry, Stella. Army on the street there as well, gosh. But you know, the Great Reset, and Prince Philip was a big one. Him and Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands were very interested in eugenics and the prospect of breeding, you know, the strongest, the fittest. I mean, to talk about Hitler with a super race, you should hear the views of Prince Philip and Prince Bernhard. And of course, they were members of the active members of the World Health Organization as well. And I just think that a lot of it now is to do with the Great Reset and depopulation. Yeah, they wanted it out there quickly, but that's what makes me think, Squidgy, that certain people who they couldn't take a chance on being ill because of it, such as the royals, then I doubt that they took it. Oh, Bill Gates. Oh, Bill Gates. He's a wonder. That man knows everything about everything, from childbirth up to from cradle to grave and everything in between. I've never heard of a man like him. Yeah, sunshine, it has. Yep, you're right. Hi, Stephen. Oh, it's nice to see you here. I think their new apartment is better than the last two. It's got windows, but when they open those windows, the noise is horrific. War. I haven't received any more, Wilma. The cops have still got them, and I've still heard nothing, but I've received no more. I know, isn't that strange? The intercom system, but he was explaining it to us as though we wouldn't have known anything about that sort of thing. Pre-chosen victors, yeah. I mean, even the war with Ukraine now, I don't know why the US and the UK always have to be the world's policeman and get involved in these wars. I've got to watch what I'm saying now because I'll be accused of something, not by here, but I've got to watch what I say. But for example, NATO, they want to put missile bases and on in I was going to say Kuwait, and I got that place on my mind, in the Ukraine, in the Donbass region, and you know that's sort of on the border with Russia, and you can understand Russia not wanting that presence there. And has this war been engineered so that that's going to be the excuse. If you read about it, and everybody thinks that Putin is the big bad wolf, he's not the only big bad wolf. He's not the only one, and he's not the biggest one either. Oh, cashless society. No, Linda, I don't think they're reptiles, and that wasn't what David Icke actually meant. He meant that what was it that he meant? That they're cold-blooded and that they are not entirely human. When you think or when you read about the races that came before us and the species that came before us, going back. And as for the royals, when people are saying they're royalist and, you should be proud of all, why should we be proud of having a monarchy in this country? I think there's a place for it, pared down and in a way. But why should we laud and applaud and give such money and power and land to these people and bow and curtsy to them, whose only claim to fame has been that their ancestors were more brutal and ruthless than the people they were fighting? Look at Charles. He was born to Elizabeth, and simply because he was born to Elizabeth and Philip, who were third cousins, and who had German extraction, were of German extraction, then he's this very powerful king with wealth with wealth that is untold. The Duchy of Cornwall alone, which has been handed out now over to William because he's Duke of Cornwall, just for the Duchy of Cornwall alone existing, William pockets 24 million pounds a year, every year, for doing nothing. Yeah, it's Jennifer, it's a metaphor, but Nephilim, yeah. You can go into all that. I mean, Diana said, didn't she, they're not human. And I think that they are very, very cold and sinister. No, I wouldn't, Stephen. I don't have to do anything. No. It would be expected, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't bow to any of them. I wouldn't curtsy to any of them. Why would I do that? The only reason I would acknowledge somebody in such a way is maybe, and they could be anybody. Anybody. Could be somebody without money, but somebody who's done some remarkable feat or something to help humanity. I certainly wouldn't bow or curtsy to somebody simply because they were born into a particular family. No. And getting on to the Meghan thing for a minute. Yeah, David Icke is. Yeah, he says some. They're not laughing so much at him now, though, are they? The king's fingers, yeah. They fascinate me. They do. No, some things aren't possible, Bella. We wish, don't we? the Book of Enoch. Have you not seen his fingers, Stephen? They're great big. They're probably half the size again that they're meant to be, and it's like water retention or something, I don't know. Thing is, his toes are the same, and the only reason I've seen his toes is when he was on the beach in, I want to say Australia, and he was on the beach with no shoes on, and all his toes are swollen up the same. I bet Camilla, give me your fingers, darling. Let me massage them for you. They do look like, yeah, Richmond sausages. I was going to mention Meghan, going back to Meghan. You know, I'm not keen on her. I think she's an opportunist, and I think all this and that. I've got my own opinions about her. But I've said this before. Yes, I do think there was racism shown towards her. I do. But she could have ridden that out, that storm, I think. Oh, Karen. No, 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 no. Stephen, put your phone down while you're on public transport. Who, Meghan? Nova. I don't know whether it was the Queen or the Queen Mother who said that they'd got to keep their distance from commoners, because once the mystery is gone, once the mystique surrounding the royal family is gone, then that's the end of the royal family. And I think, yeah, it is actually. We're looking at that, I think. At least as they were. No, she's an actress, isn't she, Squidgy? Hi, Red Pill. Always have to squint at your name. I watched Camilla's Ladies in Waiting as well, how they were there. As you looked at Camilla, they were to the right of her, very attentive. Oh, I feel sorry for Harry. He's a fool, he's an idiot, but I do feel a bit sorry for him. Well, yeah, Bally, that's what they say, life is wasted on the young. How old was my mum? I think my mum was 82. So I've got a few years left yet, I think. No, she shouldn't hide their race. She's got a right to say. However, Nova, she knew she was marrying into a very dysfunctional family, very dysfunctional. And I'm sure she'd read up on them as well. For example, if I would never, ever dream of wanting to be part of that family in any way, shape, or form. I mean, they put poor Diana through the paces, testing her out as suitable wife material. So it's taken that automatically that he's good husband material. And when he said to Diana, am I expected to be the only Prince of Wales who doesn't have a mistress? He said to Diana, so as Prince William is now Prince of Wales, I hope he's not taking a leaf out of his papa's book. Yeah, she had Squidgy, she had Googled the royal family. There were pictures of her posing outside the palace with a friend. Do you think so, Squidgy? I've sort of thought so, but then I thought, well, why would... I don't know, it's hard, isn't it, to say. He's certainly been treated differently, I think. And Charles said to him, if you believe Harry, oh, what? Yes, Red Pill. Yes, I've heard of him, and I have watched him, but ages ago. I'll have to go and have a look. I need to write down these channels, you know, that I go to, and I think, yeah, I'll subscribe to them. Then I don't get the notifications anyway. I think he looks like him, Jennifer. Well, I have got an email, Red Pill, but I haven't been using it simply because I was told to keep it open, but not to use it. You'll find it somewhere on my community post. Oh, oh. Yeah, I'm useless, Red Pill. I had Twitter and I had Instagram, but it was using too much storage on my phone, and I decided, well, I don't really use them. I go and have a browse there occasionally, but I don't use them. So I haven't got them out either. And I haven't got a PO box now. But you'll get me on that old email address. It's just that when you get me, I'll look at it sometimes. No, there isn't another redhead in the royal line. But if you look at Diana's family, their hair, her brother, what's his name? Lord Spencer. His hair is like a strawberry blonde. Oh, yes, and our sisters are, yeah. Well, Camilla, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant, Karen. They they tested Diana to make sure that she was fertile, that she could have children, and was a virgin. How's he meaning? Well, that was one of the reasons that they disapproved of her, wasn't it? Hi, AC. Thank you for the super chats. I'm your English queen. I'll have to get a crown. I'll have to get one. Maybe I could borrow one of Cynthia Beaumont's. Thank you, AC. Okay, Red Pill, yeah. Shall I get a crown and sit here with a crown on? I want to colour my hair, and I meant, oh, that's what I meant to do. Get some colour today, and I could have done it tomorrow. A May tiara, a May crown, the May Queen. At the Catholic school I used to go to, we used to have the May procession with carrying the statue of Mary in a white and blue gown and veil, not a hijab, Chantal, a veil. They have memory Memory holes, Diana walking out. What do you mean, red pill? They have memory holes. I can't understand your comments. Mind you, that's probably me. You'll be my subjects, will you? Can I tax you all? What's that red pill? What was it? What was it again? Diana walking out of the car. The first man, the first paramedic on the scene, he thought that she was going to live, you know? Oh, she would have seen the kids. And she would have been so sad at what's happened between William and Harry. No, I don't, red pill. No, I don't. Oh, no. Where would I find that clip? I think I'd make a good queen. I've told you all this before anyway. I keep looking around when I'm talking to you because I know I've got the folder somewhere to type that my cousin did about tracing our family right back, Nova will know this, to the last kings of Leinster. So I'm at the very least a princess. Yeah, I'd like to see it, Squidgy. Oh, if you can find it, can you get it for me? No, it wouldn't change me. No. Queen Anne without the E. Yeah. Queen Winnie. Queen Winifred the Great. That's interesting, red pill, isn't it? I'd like to see it. $11 crowns. I've just counted them. 11. All for me. 12. Thanks, red pill. Liliana. I didn't say hello to you, Liliana, did I, when you came in? Hello, my love. Now, does anybody know? Missy Moo apparently is going to go to Nada El Shami's trial. When is it? Is it? I've got the 12th of this month in my head, but I don't think it's this week, is it? Oh, I know, the red feather. Do you think that was deliberate, Linda? It's hard to think it isn't because those sort of, events are really strictly choreographed. It's hard to think they wouldn't know, would hide Harry's face. Yeah, all the fur babies and animals would benefit. Yeah, they would. I, from what bits I saw of the coronation, I only saw bits of it and posted it as it happened. But You know, I was just thinking of Diana on that day, to be honest. A white feather means cowardice, because there was a film, wasn't there, called The White Feather? I think, and a soldier was bullied for being a coward. But often I find feathers, you know, I think they're signs from Alf, a lot of signs. She was wearing a military hat, yes. But I don't know whether that applies to women. Squidgy, I'm honestly not sure. And I would imagine it's not going to be like a male hat that you can take off. That would have been placed on her bouffanted hair and would have been quite difficult to manoeuvre. William and Kate are, you know, they're doing what they're supposed to do, and they keeping it clean, aren't they? Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger was in the film. Yeah, it is sad, that film. Anyway, my darlings, I'm going to get off because what time is it? Yeah, I've got to phone my brother again. 8:30 is my time to phone my brother, and it's usually between 2 and 4 o'clock he phones me in the morning. Oh, do you? I see. Do you? Yeah, they did that to Megan, didn't they? It was 4 feathers. It wasn't it 4 people who had the feathers to give? I can't remember now that film. I'll have to look and come back and talk about it. Anyway, I'm going to get off. I'm going to come back on later and do that verse that a friend sent to me. And I sort of want to do it in isolation, away from the videos and everything, you know. Thank you, everybody. Red Pill, CC, Liliana, Stella, Jacinta, Karen, AC. Where's my thingy? Hang on. Stella, Squeegee, Nova, Karen. I hate it if I think I missed anybody. You know I don't deliberately do it. Not a Linda, Ileana, Ballet, Jennifer. Jennifer, I love the way you think. Stella, Bella, Stephen, Sausage Fingers. I don't know whether I've missed anybody. I hope I haven't. Karen, if I have, I really apologise. Claudia's at the heart doctor's. Bex, Lana. Did I say you, Cece? Anyway, I will come back later and just a video and just read that verse because, as I say, I want to do it in isolation, and it's a lovely verse, and it will just, you know, if anybody needs it at this time, know that you might like it particularly, and anybody else who's grieving or has lost somebody, it really is beautiful. So I'll come back and read that later. Thank you all for being here. another great stream. Good night, everybody. See you later. Oh, did I not tell you? This corset thing, right? This brace, corset, whatever they call it, corset brace. He said 6 weeks and my face dropped. And he said, but as you haven't had one before, and you know, it's quite bad for you, he said, I can tell. If there's a cancellation, we'll have you in the first cancellation. So it might be, you know, well in advance of 6 weeks. And he was sending for it yesterday. So fingers crossed, it's not going to be too long. Okay, I'm off here and I'll see you all later. Thanks, everybody.